Hi, it's Joan here. I am the coordinator of the 2020 International Climate Action Challenge, and I want to welcome you. And for my mentor video today, I thought I would talk about some ideas around food. You know, my background is engineering, and I thought that that was going to be the way to really solve things and take care of things with the planet. But over time, I found that really what it's all about is connecting to nature. And so in this video, I want to give you some ideas about connecting to nature with food and how you could do that with your team. I know that there are a lot of concerns around food. We definitely, the choices that we make have an impact on the amount of emissions that are generated. Those calculations are complicated, but one way that you can think about it is the most simple food tends to have the least impact. And so that's what we're going to be making a recipe here in a second. And also, if you're concerned about the way that animals are being treated, another way to get out of that whole thing is to eat less meat, eat less dairy. And if you're wondering how can you as a challenger pull something together, instead of you just specifically trying to eat a plant-based diet, what I'd recommend is form a team. Form a team to do, you could do plant-based recipe exchanges. You could do research on what is the carbon impact of your dietary choices. And as you find these things out, sharing them with your community, and also maybe advocating that there are better choices in your schools or anywhere with the policies in your city. So that's what I would advocate, is don't focus on just changing your own diet, instead start a team. Another thing is the whole idea of getting back to nature. So I live in a studio apartment in Denver, in a big city, and today I'm lucky because I'm up here in the mountains, which I will show you behind me as I turn around. So, you know, I'm lucky that today I get to be out in the mountains, and I crossed a river to get here and all kinds of cool things. But normally I don't really have that much access to nature, and that's the case with a lot of people. Especially if you want to do something around racial justice and environmental justice and really helping people connect with nature, then you can do it by helping people connect with very simple food. And so even if you can't grow your own food, you can learn how to prepare very simple items and find out the majesty, the beauty in that. So what I want to show you right now is what we're going to make. So there are the ingredients. And one of the things that's very cool is that when you think about packaging, nature has all this amazing stuff it can do. It can take a very fragile container like or insides of a tomato, and through this amazing design, which we can think of as biomimicry, where we study what it is that nature has already figured out and emulate that. I mean, the amount of plastic and all the packaging that goes into most processed food, it's got steps and steps and steps that were taken to if it's plastic, that comes from oil for the most part. So you had to drill the oil, create the plastic, you know, and then you use it for a short time, and then what happens to it for hundreds of years. In contrast, look at this beautiful system that nature has put together to protect this beautiful and colorful, creating these amazing colors for us. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that if you're working to help people, another thing that you can hone in on is the value of plants as far as their nutrient density. Dr. Joel Fuhrman developed a scale called the ANDI scale, A-N-D-I, and it's the nutrient density scale. And what that nutrient density scale shows is that plants, and especially leafy greens, are way up on the scale, with the highest being leafy greens at about 1,000. But most of the foods that are in the typical American diet, the SAD diet as we call it, standard American diet, which is now taken root around the world, but most of those items like French fries or hamburgers, so meat and processed breads, those are down below 100 generally. So if you want to help people who are suffering from asthma or heart disease or diabetes or cancer, anything where you want to help them increase the fuel that's going to their body, then by using these really beautiful, just colorful fruits and vegetables, the powers of limes, then you can help people by going plant-based. So next what I'm going to do is show you a quick recipe, and we'll do that together. Okay, so now I just took a few minutes and chopped up all these beautiful veggies. When you are chopping vegetables, think of it as meditation time. Don't think of it as something that is wasting your time, because actually it's cheaper and quicker to make your own vegetables, your own salad like this, than it is to drive through somewhere. So use that opportunity to be in relationship with your food as you're chopping. All right, so we have the cucumbers, the cilantro, and the tomatoes. And so now I'm just going to dump all of that into this bowl. So we have all this beautiful stuff in here. It already looks so gorgeous. And then we're going to take the lime. And this is one of the things I really love. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, it smells so good. You know, when I've worked in a restaurant, I worked at a juice bar, in a school lunchroom too, and usually you had to wear rubber gloves so that you didn't touch the food, which is understandable for health, but part of the whole experience of getting in relationship with nature is actually touching your food. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could smell this and taste this. So another way that you can help people is to work with them with meal prep. So instead of just creating one meal, you do multiple meals at once. And that's a way to keep your vibe high and make sure that you're all really enjoying what's going on. So if you're not sure where to start, trying to help people lose weight, get connected with food, plant-based meal prep is a great place to start. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Joan Gregerson. I'm the founder of Green Team Academy and the coordinator of the 2020 International Climate Action Challenge. And I invite you to explore something around plant-based diet as a way to connect with your community and empower your community in a very holistic way. So I hope to connect with you in the plant-based diet group, in the portal. My background, coaching, working as a wellness coach, helping people prevent diabetes and lose weight and quit smoking. I would love to share any and all of that with you. You can also head over to foodfreedomnaturally.com, where I have some of my plant-based recipes. That's foodfreedomnaturally.com. All right, thanks so much, and can't wait to see you in the challenge. Bye.